All right, let's get into it. Day number 8 of 25 days of attributes of Christ. Today's attribute is justice. Justice is defined in many ways, but one of the definitions is behaving according to what is morally right, impartial, and fair. An excellent and interesting example of justice can be found at the time when Jesus was being taken by the Jews to be tried and eventually crucified. As the soldiers were attempting to take Jesus, Peter, in his overzealous nature, drew his sword and cut off the ear of the servant of the high priest. This unprovoked and violent action prompted the Lord to rebuke Peter and heal that man's ear, making right something which had been done wrong, or in other words, serving justice. We don't know the exact details of what happened in this interaction, but what we do know is that Jesus was fair and impartial even in the midst of an unjust arrest. Let's look at an example from American history. March 5th, 1770, tensions are high between British soldiers and the people in Boston, Massachusetts. As colonists throw icicles and snowballs at the British soldiers, one of them opens fire, leading to what is known as the Boston Massacre. Following the Boston Massacre, the colonists were enraged and called for the execution of the 8 soldiers and the captain who were responsible for the killing of those civilians. They claimed that the order was given to open fire on innocent civilians, when the reality is that this command was never given. Given the circumstances, it would not have been the most popular position to defend the soldiers. However, John Adams, who was serving as a lawyer at the time, believed that every person deserved an impartial and fair trial. And for this reason, he volunteered to represent the soldiers at court. Adams got a lot of flack for doing that, but his commitment to justice saved those men from an unjust death. To be sure, it was a messy situation, but what John Adams did proved that rule of law reigns supreme in America and that justice will be served no matter who you are or where you come from. That ideal of justice has stayed with our nation throughout its 250-year history. If not for the example of John Adams and others like him who defended the idea of justice over tyranny, our nation and its citizens would be at risk of falling prey to the individual grievances and passions of those who are in power. John Adams' invitation to us is to uphold the principle of justice and treat everyone with impartiality and fairness. My name is Logan, and this is American Providence.